Nina had always been praised for her logic. From childhood, she could solve puzzles no one else could, see patterns in chaos, and reason things out with stunning clarity. Her life, up to her late 20s, was a tidy series of well-checked boxes, good grades, a promising job in finance, a sensible relationship with a kind man named Martin. But as the years passed, Nina noticed a growing unease. The voice deep inside, softer, more tremulous, began to murmur at odds with her mind. Some mornings, she would watch the city sunrise through her apartment window, the sky painted with colors that felt like they belonged in a life more vivid than her own. The promotion offered at work made perfect sense. It was what people strived for: prestige, a corner office, financial security. Yet as Nina rehearsed her acceptance in the mirror, her heart felt leaden. Martin listened as she spoke in careful terms about strategic growth, but he heard the hesitation behind each word. One evening, he asked gently, "Are you happy, Nina?" Logic supplied the answers quickly. Of course she was. She was fortunate, responsible, admired. The question haunted her into sleep, however. That night she dreamed she stood on a train platform. Trains arrived and departed in all directions, but she remained, suitcase in hand, unable to board. Each train bore a destination clearly outlined in schedules and maps, yet none summoned a flicker of anticipation in her chest. She began spending weekends alone, walking unfamiliar routes through the city. In a small gallery hidden between bookshops, she met an artist named Joy, who painted wild, inviting landscapes. Joy did not speak in bullet points or conclusions, but in questions and feelings. Nina found herself lingering, drawn to the quiet confidence with which Joy pursued her passion despite its uncertainty. A late autumn afternoon, Nina received a postcard from her younger brother, who'd left everything behind to teach music in a distant village. He wrote not of success, but of the sunrise behind his classroom, the children's laughter, the color of the river at dusk. Nina pressed the card to her heart and knew he had chosen differently, led by feeling more than reason. A decision was waiting for her. Logic argued, the new position, Martin, a future mapped in steady increments. Her heartbeat, in fraught counterpoint, urged formless possibility, color, risk. Nina stood at the crossroads, unable to reconcile the head and the heart. It did not resolve in one sweeping moment. Rather, Nina began listening to the tension, inviting it in instead of pushing it away. She started painting, just as Joy did, uncertain but exhilarated. She gently explained to Martin that she had to step away for a time to understand herself apart from what was expected. She turned down the job offer, the first decision in her life made without logic's full endorsement. With every stroke of her brush, with every morning she watched the dawn alone, Nina stitched a fragile connection between head and heart. She learned that wisdom does not always reside in what is sensible, nor is happiness guaranteed by what is secure. Sometimes, it is the uncomfortable space in between, the grasping for wholeness when clarity evades, that forges a truer path. And as Nina walked forward, each sunrise a little brighter, she realized she was not lost. She was becoming found.